Look, y'all, we have Donovan Gary in here, a.k.a. Mr. Don Ready. More importantly, Mr. Cancer-Free.
Facts. I think you posted that photo.
I did. I was like, bro, shout out my guy.
I see that. I was like, man, he got a different type of clearance.
My nipples are normal sized, y'all.
There, and I seen it, and I was like, I wonder what happened to him.
Hey, what's up? Welcome to another episode of Creative Chaos. My name is Hunter Ezell, and today I'm in the presence of greatness. For real. Dude, not only am I in the presence of greatness, whatever we talk about today, don't take it too serious. You know what I'm doing. You know what I'm doing. You know what I'm doing. Look, y'all, we have Donovan Gary in here, a.k.a. Mr. Don Ready. More importantly, Mr. Cancer-Free, baby.
Facts.
Come on, all the glory to God. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
Brother, oh my goodness. I sent that to so many of my friends. I started crying. I did.
Really?
I did. Bro, you my dog, dude.
Hey, I rocks with it.
Come on, bro. Because I saw you whenever you was dealing with all that, you know. If you don't know, I shot a music video for Don Ready over here. I shot one for him back in January, and we actually talked about the podcast way back when. He was the first person I ever talked to about the podcast. And it might have took me 13 episodes, but hey, lucky number 13. We got him right here, y'all.
Man, 13's my number too. That's what's crazy.
Is it really?
Yeah, I love the number 13.
That's crazy. Look at how these things keep happening, bro.
That's facts.
Look, there's an old book that says you will see signs and wonders.
Facts.
Come on, you will see signs and wonders. But my goodness, what a blessing it is to have you on here. I went to a youth group back in the day called One Way at Restoration House. Shout out Bo Jensen. Shout out Jonathan Gorman. Shout out Whitney Gorman. Shout out Pastor Brad Fancher.
Brad, oh, that's my guy.
Man, he just preached in my mama church last week.
Wow,
Yes.
That's my guy.
Dude,
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell you, but it was incredible. I'll never forget, they would hold these concerts every so often. There's a guy named Don Ready. I ain't never seen them white kids get so active.
I love it. Facts, though.
Them kids, bro, look, a couple things I know, especially in Hoptown. There's two things that get them kids to move at One Way, back in the day at least. Church clap, Don Ready.
Hey, we can do it. We can make it happen. You just let me know. We'll make it happen.
So, bro, let's go ahead. Let's just go ahead and talk about it. Like, bro, your battle with cancer.
Yes.
Tell me about it, dude.
Man, you want the condensed version, or you want the maxed out version?
I want you to tell me.
Man,
I need to hear it.
Yeah. So we just in 2023, October. Well, really September 15th. My doctor calls me and he's like, "Hey, man, I got some good news and bad news."
Right.
And I was like, "Okay, what's the good news? I mean, what's the bad news?" And he's like, "The bad news is you have cancer."
Just like that.
Yeah, that's exactly what he said. And I'm sitting here like, so what could be the good news? And he said, well, it's a curable one. And I'm like, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, now we have something to work toward, we feel like. And it was one of the hardest things, I think, to ever hear anybody say to you.
I feel like it's the most defeating thing a person can probably have pass through their ears.
It's besides someone tragically passing away,
yes, right?
You know, because that's super surprising. It is definitely one of the hardest things to have to stomach when you're hearing it.
Well, you know, especially in the media and everything like that, you know, it's like you done cashed your check whenever they talk about that stuff. So it's like nobody ever thinks you make it out of it. They always think immediately, oh, that's it. I'm done.
Yeah.
But you never see the light at the end of the tunnel.
There was so many times you didn't see the light at the end of the tunnel. What's crazy is that, you know, I did my first round of chemo on Halloween. So, like, think about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're dealing with all these thoughts, and you're like, bro, I'm starting my first round of chemo on Halloween is crazy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, had that going on, did 6 rounds of chemo, and then they called it a failure. Like, it didn't work.
Right.
It hadn't gotten worse, but it didn't get better.
Right.
So then, you know, I'm at the doctor's office. He's like, this dang cancer, I can't figure it out. You know, he's trying to figure it out. And they decided to do some radiation. So what most people don't know is that my breast was like 4 times the size it is right now.
Right.
It was the size of like a basketball.
Right.
You know, and that's how we even found out that I had cancer, because my left breast just kept growing and growing and growing and growing, and we were like, what is going on? You know, I went to one doctor, it got worse. You know, he did a biopsy and it got worse. And then I got to a surgeon, you know, and the surgeon was like, I'm not gonna let this slide so easy. I want to do some more scans, because I think he already had a hunch of what he thought it was.
Right.
So they seen that my lymph nodes were enlarged.
Yeah.
And they're like, this has got to be something within the lymph nodes. He said, I want a piece of it. So he cut into me, you know, all that good stuff. Took a couple lymph nodes, and he was like, I'm glad I didn't let this go, you know. So they said when I first went in there and did the whole first meeting with the oncologist, they were like, you have stage 3 or 4 cancer.
So for somebody who doesn't know, aka myself, I always hear the stages and stuff. How many stages are there?
There's only 4 stages.
So like pretty much like that's your progression into like how far
much cancer you have.
Okay.
Yeah. So the reason I was in stage 3 or 4 is because if you have cancer on both sides of your body, which I had cancer like on my hip area, so that's the other side of my body, it's all automatically considered stage 3. And then however much cancer you have, once they get into your organs, it's considered stage 4.
Did you before you knew, did you always feel like something was wrong or what?
Actually, I didn't. In November of 2022, I had this little bump that started growing on my breast, and my wife was super concerned.
Yeah.
She was like, what is that?
Right.
You know, because anytime you see a lump anywhere, you're sitting there like, what's going on? I didn't think it was anything until about May. I went to it kept growing, and my wife was like, hey, I want you to get a doctor's appointment. Went to the first surgeon. That's kind of how the process works. You go to somebody who can cut you so they can get pieces of it. So I did a couple CT scans. They were like, it's a couple masses there, but they're benign, is what they said at first. And then the surgeon cut into it, and he got a piece of it, and then it like exploded, you know.
So he cut into it and it exploded.
Yeah, like it like grew even further.
Okay.
Yeah. So, anytime you cut open the body with cancer in it, the oxygen hits it and it just makes it go. Yeah, it's not great to cut into a cancer patient.
So if you cut into it, you better go ahead and grab all of it.
Well, you better make sure you know what you're getting.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you can make it spread very fast.
Right.
So he cut into it. The lump I had growing, he cut into that, took a piece of it. The same result came back that said it was benign, nothing to be worried about.
What's the timeline right here? Whenever you did all that?
This was in May of 2023.
Okay.
Yep. So then, but they wanted to send it off to some experts, so they were in the process of doing that. And then I changed doctors. I changed surgeons. I mean, because I was like, my wife was like, yeah, I want to get a better opinion. So we went up to Owensboro. I want to get another opinion. We went up to Owensboro, and we got another surgeon. He cut into it, cut into my armpit to take some lymph nodes out. After giving me antibiotics, and it didn't help anything. And they were like, okay, that's not a good sign. And then they sent it off to actually California because of what he thought it was. And then it came back that I had follicular T-cell lymphoma.
Follicular. I swear they just be making this stuff up.
Man, it's so that cancer is actually found in Africa because people are around uranium. And they said that it's like 0.03 of all cancers. So it's like super rare cancer. Yeah, it's like that you don't.
Hey,
see
we already knew Don Reddy was a rare breed. We just didn't know it was like that, huh?
Yeah, rare breed. So it's it was a super rare cancer that they rarely see. What was so interesting, and I believe it's the man upstairs.
Correct.
But my oncologist was so when you do these, when doctors go and they get their education, they have someone that they're paired with,
right,
as like their I don't know the official name, but it's their like go through college buddy, whatever. Whenever we went and we did that, when he went and he did that, his best friend was a specialist in that type of cancer. Isn't that crazy? So he just called his buddy and he was like, hey, what do we do about this?
Things just...
Isn't that crazy?
You just got to, bro, the way things plan out in life, it's like, man, there is somebody writing your story.
Yeah.
There is somebody writing your story.
100%. And we ended up he ended up starting me on chemo. We did 6 rounds of chemo they call CHOP, and it didn't work. And then he started looking at it, and the radiologists, so there's oncologists, they special in like the chemicals side of chemo. That's what they call chemo.
Right.
Then there's a radiologist where they use radiation.
Correct.
To, you know, they're 2 different doctors. So they sent me down to the radiologist. He looked at it and he was like, hold on here. He's like, I think I can get all this with radiation.
Yeah.
And my type of chemo responds really.
How did he know? He was like, I think I can do that.
Well, like you can see, they have a whole image of your body, right? Whenever you go do a PET scan. So they can like move it. It's like a 3D image of your body that they can like move around.
Crazy, dude.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Was you in like an MRI machine or something like that?
Yeah, I was in a PET scan machine.
Okay.
So same thing you would do for a CT. They're like close to the same machine. They're not the same procedures. So a PET scan, what they do is they give you glucose because glucose is sugar. It runs to infection. So that's why it lights up, because cancer shows up as infection in the body.
You had to drink that nasty drink. I bet it's terrible.
It was well, they don't do it as a drink anymore.
Really?
They do it as an injection.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, so they inject it into you.
I always see people, they would post about it. They're like, you talk about the worst tasting thing you ever had is that.
Yeah, because it's glucose. You're taking straight sugar into your body.
I had to do it. I had stomach surgery in 2018 and I had to drink it. I don't risk that on my worst enemy.
No.
Terrible.
I would never want to take straight up glucose.
So after that, he was like, I think I can get it.
He said, I think I can get it. So I did 18 rounds of radiation. Then I did another PET scan, and he got it all. I was in what you call remission. This is 2024 April, right? And then I decided, hey, let's go on tour. So I decided to like do a tour. And people who don't know, I am a music artist. I make Christian rap, R&B, a bunch of different stuff. I just make music.
Baby, we gonna link to Spotify. We gonna link to Spotify.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Lord Almighty.
So shameless plug, Don Ready Music, all platforms. But yeah, so I decided, me and my buddies decided we were gonna go on tour. I was in remission, what you call remission. And then we went and did a tour in June. So that was
you was
fun.
ready to go,
man. Right after radiation, I was like, let's
go. Come on.
We planned the tour in like 7 weeks.
Yeah.
So it was crazy. Yeah. So did the tour. Went and did one of the biggest shows I've ever done as a Christian rapper. Right. In July. So did the tour in June. It was in Bay Area, California. Okay. It's a shout out Miles Minnick. Shout out Miles. That's my dog.
What up, dog?
Glowfest. Shout out Glowfest. We went and did that in July, and then literally that next Monday, they were starting me on another chemo called ICE. So it's crazy. I did the show Saturday. 2 days later, I went and did Glowfest. You know, but it's crazy. I really didn't slow down as much as I think people thought that I would. So after my first round of chemo, remember I started on Halloween. Yeah. So the next weekend, my wife had a women's conference. I led worship at the conference after the chemo. And then I flew to LA 2 weeks later and did Glowvember. So it's in LA. While you doing chemo? While I'm doing chemo. Yeah.
Yo, grind don't stop.
My hair was starting to fall out at the LA show. Yeah. So my wife was like pushing my hair so that the spots weren't showing. She was like trying to get it just right because my hair was just falling out. I did that, and then that Monday I did chemo. So I was like, well, let's just do it again in 2024. I was like, I'll do the show Saturday, and then I'll come back and start chemo on Monday. So ICE is like a chemo that's in preparation for a transplant. That's the next step. So even once you get in remission with my type of cancer, even once you get in remission, you have to do what they call a transplant. And the transplant is either you use your own cells, right, or you use someone else's cells to basically reset your immune system so it doesn't make cancer cells, right? So that's what you're doing.
It's kind of like what these, it's kind of the same thing, but I see a lot of wrestlers, they do stem cell treatments and stuff like that. Like Rey Mysterio, he went to Mexico. Yeah. And his knees are like brand new now. You know?
Yep. So they're very, very similar.
It's crazy.
So what happens is that they try to kill your immune system. They try to just completely kill it and give you a new one. right? So
is that all in like one go, or do you have to wait around for it to like be killed?
I'm gonna tell you.
Because you was down bad for a little bit there.
I was down bad. Oh my gosh. So we went to, and if I'm taking too long telling the story, I can wrap it.
Fine.
Okay. And then, so I did 2 rounds of ice. Got another scan back. It was still clear. 7 weeks later, I'm getting ready to go to a transplant, and my leg stopped working.
I remember this.
So when I tell you that was one of the most defeating things that I think I've ever experienced.
Yeah.
When something that you've been doing so easily for your entire life, you can't do. They just literally slowly stop working. I am 30.
Okay. So, dude, like just having to forget how to walk.
Yeah. Yeah. And what's crazy is that, so this was on a Thursday, my legs started having shock waves in them. Right. And at that time I didn't know it was because the cancer was trying to push on my nerves.
Yeah.
Right. I didn't know that at the time, but that's what was happening. So my legs were getting shock waves. Like if you squeeze a nerve, your body kind of, it gets this like shock wave. So that happened on Thursday. I was supposed to be at the Dove Awards that Saturday, I think. Yeah, I was supposed to, that's whenever I was supposed to show up. I was supposed to perform for the Dove Showcase. And then that Monday, I was supposed to go to the Doves. Right? So anybody knows what the Dove Awards is. It's like the biggest.
The Christian Grammys.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
The Christian Grammys.
So I was supposed to go there on that Saturday, and my legs stopped working Thursday. Then that Friday, my legs were like, now I can barely walk, right? By Saturday, I almost had no motion in my legs. So I'm in the hospital for 7 days, and my legs are continuing to decline. By day 6, they were having to hold me up so I could pee. Crazy. So I was like, within 7 days, I went from shockwaves to completely almost not being able to walk. So it was, that was hard, right? You know what I'm saying? And they're wanting me to do scans like every 5 minutes. So they want me to do tests and scans like they want me to do CT scans.
So at this point, you're just like completely focused on this. You're not doing music. You're just completely locked in. Yeah.
No, I mean, there was, the doctor walked in to just bring some real reality to it. The doctor walked in and he looked me in my face and he said, "Hey, we don't know that you're going to walk again." So that's one of the hardest things. I'm going to try not to cry.
Come on, bro. It's all right.
Man. That's probably one of the hardest things. I thought hearing that you had cancer was a hard thing.
Right.
That was a hard thing.
Right.
Them saying that, because that changes everything. That changes everything that I'm doing at the time.
Yeah.
Now that all that stuff, restructures. And then we hadn't had a diagnosis of what was going on yet.
Right.
So we didn't know why I wasn't walking. We didn't know it was relative to the cancer.
It's just most defeating thing in your life is whenever something's wrong with you and you can't do anything about it.
Mm-hmm. It's so defeating.
You don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so hard. So that night we went to sleep. That was on a Thursday. The doctor said that to me when he came in. And then that night we went to sleep at 2:00 in the morning. No, maybe it was 3:00 in the morning. 2 doctors come in. I had just done a MRI. They had done an MRI. 2 doctors come in and they're like, "Hey, your cancer is trying to wrap around your spine, and that's why you're not able to walk. It's back." So 7 weeks before, I was cancer free, and then 7 weeks later, they're saying the cancer is trying to wrap around your spine. So what was happening was, once they got a clearer picture, what was happening is that the lymph nodes were pushing against my spine and my nerves.
Right.
So it was making it where it was damaging the nerves. So crazy thing. Once they figured that out, day 7, they give me chemo and it improves. Right. Chemo can work pretty fast, and just a little bit of shrinkage in those tumors.
Right.
Was helping. So my feet, I couldn't feel my toes. I was starting not to be able to feel my toes. And then I did the chemo, and then the next day I could feel my toes. Right. And they're like, "Okay, so we know this chemo is going to work. We feel like it's going to work." So they ended up sending me home. I walked out of the hospital with the walker. No, I walked out in a wheelchair, but I had to go home with the walker. And for 8 weeks, I went to physical therapy and I was learning how to walk again. So while I was doing chemo, this chemo was 2 weeks on, 2 weeks on, 1 week off. So I would go to Lexington for one day, go again the next week on the same day, and then I was off a week. So I did that and went to physical therapy. And when I say learn how to walk again, like how a baby figures out how to stand up, that's what I was doing. So
And it's like you like, how did I forget how to do this?
Yeah, it's like nerves have memory. You know what I'm saying? So once you damage them, they lose their memory,
Right.
and they don't know how to do stuff.
Bro.
So so it's actually crazy. Like it's crazy when I say it's actually insane. You know what I'm saying? Like what you go through, going step by step. You're like, my legs are having to learn how to like go right here and go right there. You know what I'm saying? So
you just start doing a stanky leg all
hey man, listen. Hey, one day I'm gonna do the stanky leg and I'm gonna send it to you.
Come on. Hey, I'll be ready. So in terms of timeline to where we are now, when did you we shot that music video in January, right?
No, it was December.
It was December.
Yeah, it was like around the it was the 29th of December.
Yes, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
It was very, very close because you had to turn it around like the next
right there
because
you was dropping on New Year's Day. Okay. So in terms of all that to where we are now, did you have anything else happen? Because I mean something huge had to happen.
Well, I went to physical therapy for 8 weeks, and I was learning how to walk again. And you remember at the music video,
right?
I seen that flight of stairs.
My man booked a pier space or something like that, and dog almighty, man was like, yeah, I just learned how to walk again, and it's the most insane staircase I've ever seen in my life. I'm like, it's like Angels Landing in Zion, but in Nashville.
Why did I do that?
Bro,
I had no clue. And what's crazy is that it was in the directions. I just didn't pay attention to it. It was in there.
You got to walk up the stairs of doom, stairway to heaven, practically.
Bro, what it said was, yeah, it's a pretty sketchy staircase that you have to walk up in order to get to, and I just didn't read it. So we get there and we're walking on it, and it's like wobbling.
Bro over here walking up these steps, and I'm tripping out myself. I said, "Oh no," but hey, still, shout out my boy. He got one of the craziest sets I've ever seen in my life.
Hey, listen. It was so fire. Like I was like, it was worth walking up these
I couldn't believe
raggedy steps.
We was cutting up,
man. It was worth it. So we got in there. We shot the music video. Video has performed decent. You know, proud of the video. Proud of the story. The song was talking about the story. Man, we got the video back and we were like, this is great, by the way.
I appreciate it,
so
man.
we just loved it. You know, I was like, I'm gonna have to get him to shoot some more stuff for me.
Come on.
So we did that. It was great. And then January, I still got to do this transplant. You know what I'm saying? So January comes around, I'm getting better at walking, all this kind of stuff. February comes around, I'm getting even better at walking. I'm walking like a mile at this point. So a mile working on my 2 miles for like 2 or 3 times a week.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So at this point, then February comes around and they're like, your insurance isn't going to pay for the transplant. So I had to switch insurances. That was a chaos. We were just like praying that it would work because, you know, they only let you do that like one time a year. Right. So we ended up getting the insurances switched, did the transplant in March of this year. This transplant has a 18% fatality rate.
18%.
So that means 1 out of every 6 people are going to die. 18% fatality rate.
Yeah.
Yep. So that I didn't tell my wife that because it was.
I've learned being married, there's just some things you don't tell your spouse.
Well, it's not that you don't tell them at all. You just wait until
you beat around the bush until after it's said and done.
Exactly. So
I'm getting 2 tattoos tomorrow, and I was like, should I tell Logan that I'm getting a giant Yoshi? You know, fat Yoshi from Mario. He gonna go right here.
Fire.
We may or may not be doing a new series of the podcast. Come on. But, dude, no. Okay, so you pulled through, obviously.
Yeah, so we did. I was in the hospital 21 days. Handled that pretty decent, honestly. Right. The doctors kept coming in every day. I only had like one day that was really, really rough. It's like scary rough. You know what I'm saying? Like life changing rough. And the doctor, my wife was like, "Hey, are y'all gonna do something about his heart rate being 170?" Yeah, it was crazy. And he looked at her and he told her, he was like, "Hey, 18% of the people who do this procedure die. Your husband's fine." That's what he said. So it was I was like, "Oh no." So he tells her that, but that was really the only like life-threatening day that I had with the transplant. Now I go the whole month of April doing good from this transplant.
Right.
Now, anytime you do a transplant, you're gonna be extremely weak. I'm in the hospital 21 days. You know, they say every day you sit in the hospital, it takes 3 days to recover. So you can think, oh, probably 3 months for them to recover. Get through the month of April. May comes around, and I start not eating. Right, I start.
You just didn't feel like you wanted to eat, or
no, I started not eating. I started to just want to sleep. All this stuff. We go to the doctor, and they're like, "Hey, you have this virus called EBV." So my temperature was
not
up.
to be not to be confused with A baby.
A baby. I didn't have no A baby. I would have.
Baby.
I'd have been cool with some A baby.
I swear.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
So I had EBV, which is mono. So if anybody's ever had mono, you know.
Mononucleosis.
Yes.
I had it in the 4th grade.
Yes. And mono can take you out.
Yes, it can.
So
they put a diaper on my tail, boy.
Man, I'm telling you. So I was pooping uncontrollably at one point.
Yes.
And that's some crazy stuff going on.
Right.
And then I started having delusions, seeing stuff. And like, you know, because I was in a whole nother dimension at places. I was always aware of what was going on.
You was in outer space.
Yes. So crazy story, and then I'll wrap this part of it up. But crazy story is that my mind started to show me Instagram post that someone had died. Right. So I'm looking at my phone, and I'm like, no way that person died. And I text my friends, shout out Young Chris, shout out Nate Sims, my dogs.
Come on.
So we have a group, and I text them, and I was like, hey, this person died, yes or no? And they were like, no. What do they have you on at that hospital? Yeah, it was crazy because they were like, okay, he's obviously having delusions and stuff. So it was crazy. And then they finally they do. When I tell you, it was making up. Like I was reading entire posts of someone that died, and it didn't happen. Yeah, it was crazy. So I was having entire delusions. I was seeing stuff in the air and all this kind of stuff. Yeah. So my wife was super concerned. Yeah. It was just I was just going crazy. So EBV, they started me on the treatment for EBV. You know, it takes about a month to do the treatment. So about 3 weeks, about 2 weeks in, they finally sent me home. Next thing you know, I'm right back in the hospital. I was 7 days out, and I came right back.
Tailbone be sore laying in that bed.
Man,
bro.
I'm telling you. Not just that, your legs are getting weaker.
Right.
You got to think somebody who's already having to learn how to walk again is laying in a bed.
Right.
So that none of that stuff's good. This time I'm a little bit better. They figure out what's going on. So this is May now. You know, we're in May now. So at the end of May, I'm finally getting out of the hospital. Now you got to remember, I'm dropping music.
Yes.
This whole time.
Yeah.
And trying to post content.
Hey, that grind don't stop.
I'm telling you, I'm trying to figure it out.
Tell as old as time, Don Ready gonna have some content up.
So shout out Young Chris. He posted for me a lot. So he has my Instagram login. So he posts for me some, you know, different stuff like that. Try to keep my account going. Because if you don't engage with people,
if you ain't engaged, if you ain't in it, you out of it.
Man, I'm telling you. So he was doing some posting for me too, but I had it all planned out. I was posting music and stuff. And during that time, I just started to really decline, and I wasn't really on social media at all. I mean, you know, if you've ever had mono, then you understand.
It's one of them things that, like, if you, it's crazy how with people these days, if you don't see them post on social media, you just assume something's wrong. But like, it's horrible that our society has warped to that way, but it's the truth. If you don't see somebody post on social media, you can tell somebody ain't with their spouse no more if they change their profile picture.
Hey, listen, that happens. Me and my wife are snooping. We're like, hold on, their husband ain't been in the photos for the last
Big
Something's
Big
going on.
Jim, literally Big Jim. I ain't naming nobody. Ain't nobody I know named Big Jim. But Big Jim changed his profile picture, and it's just him holding a fish or something. Oh, he ain't with old girl no more.
And that's how you know it.
That's how you know.
Yep.
So, walk me through how the experience of you finding out like you were just completely 100% like cancer free.
That's one of the best feelings you ever felt, and I'll tell you what my doctor said. So you know, we're at the end of May. I get out of the hospital finally, and I'm doing way better. June, I'm recovering, doing all that good stuff. I had a scan June 30th, so did the scan, got the scan back, and my doctor's like, "Hey, yeah, you're cancer free," and I'm like, "Hold on, whoa, like nothing." He's like, "Nothing." Like you've been dealing with it so long that you just can't even believe that it's
Like,
real.
you sure? Like, I didn't even get to say goodbye.
Right.
Shoot, don't even want to. Bye.
Man, so I'm sitting in there with them. My wife, I didn't even want her to go to, you know what I'm saying, so
Right.
that we could figure out what was going on, and then I could tell her. But yeah, was completely cancer free, and I was almost kind of shocked whenever he was telling me. And he didn't like, it wasn't like a moment. He just came in and like nonchalantly was like, "Yeah, your scan was clear, so you're cancer free." And I was like, whoa, wait. So you're saying there's nothing there? You know what I'm saying? Like, I had this whole moment where I'm like, you're saying nothing, so completely. He's like, completely. You know what I'm saying? So,
bro, incredible. Just
Yes.
imagine about all the content you're gonna have. Bro.
man, I'm telling you, I'm already planning some stuff now I may need your help with.
Come on, holler at your boy.
So I'm wanting to shoot a podcast really going in detail about some stuff.
We can. You can make a movie.
That's what I'm
about
saying.
the past, about your experience.
Yeah.
But you know, it's a tale as old as time. If the Lord will bring you to it, He'll bring you through it.
100%.
You know, I think
100%.
about, whenever I was growing up in church, and I grew up in a non-denominational church and stuff like that, and they would always be like, the devil's out to kill, steal, and destroy. My wife, she gonna start praise breaking right now because she never hears me talk about this stuff, you know?
Yeah.
But it's just like, you got to think about how far you have come and all the things the devil's put in your way.
Yeah.
And you pulled through every time.
Yeah.
You done fooled the devil's plans. And it just blows my mind.
It's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, since they told my mom I was going to be mentally retarded. They mentally retarded.
Yeah.
Some people still are like, oh, he might still be. You know?
Come on now. Easy.
You know what I'm saying? But that's what they said. You know, I had some stuff going on, and they just told her to abort me, and she didn't. And at my little cousin's birthday party the other day, my cousin came up to me, and she was like, he keep trying to kill you. It just ain't working.
It ain't working.
He's like, he might as well just go to somebody
whenever I was a kid, whenever I was born, I blew a hole in my lung. When I was born, I have a scar right here on the side. I was in the hospital, and every year whenever my birthday rolls around, my daddy, he's like, "Man, it was this time such and such years ago. You scared me to death. I was in for 2 weeks of hell." But one of the biggest stories in my life is I always think about what shapes us.
Yeah.
What shapes us and what builds us into the kind of person that, that you end up the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And one of my stories is my older sister, she committed suicide when I was 14. And I think about, it's crazy how you could think about the person, you could think about what your life would be like if these things didn't happen. And you can think about what you could have done differently, but you got to look at your life now. You pulled through those things. I think every day, everybody, this is where I was like, we're going to get deep here. I said that off camera. I was like, we're about to get deep here. It's like a lot of people, they really sit there and they're like, well, God allowed that to happen to you. I don't think God allows bad things to happen to everybody. I don't. I think what happens is that it's a scripture. I'll have to look it up, and I'll have to go back and talk about it here in a second. But it's like, I think about how much stronger I am after that. All the compassion, the stories I have told. I had a guy that messaged me, and I remembered a couple. It's been a couple weeks now. I'm not going to name any names. I may even cut this out. But this guy, he messaged me, and he was like, "I'll never forget whenever you talked me out of suicide."
Yeah.
And like, I had to recollect that, but it was just like the fact that, like, because I went through that, I was able to talk somebody out of that.
Sure.
And you think about all the people that are going to find your music,
Yeah.
and they will relate to you because they're going through the same things that you went through.
Yeah.
And you write about these things, you tell these stories. On the 10th anniversary of my sister committing suicide and passing away, we're going to have to put a trigger warning on this episode, I'm afraid. But I released a video. It was just called Hey. And it was recapping everything my sister had missed since she did that. And it's like, dude, you can. She's here. She's watching me. There's times where I feel somebody touching my shoulders.
Yeah.
And that's not by accident. I feel them in sentimental moments in my life. And I don't share that with a lot of people. I don't. But it's like I feel somebody touching me. And it's like, she's here. She's there. And it's just one of those things that I know that, like, God is not going to put that in front of you for you to not get through it. And you are a living testament to that, dude. It's incredible.
Man, I
At a loss for words.
Man, well, it's just like I'm sitting there thinking about it. I'm like, I don't even know how you get through that and not have the outlook of I gotta share this. Does that make sense? You know what I'm saying? Like what you've gone through with your sister and what I've gone through. Like I'm like, okay, I pray one day I can get to the point I appreciate the experience because it helps someone else.
Right.
Does that make sense?
And you've got to look at. We don't know when each day is going to be our last. We truly don't. And it's like, you don't know whenever you're going to. That's why at the end of the day, like at the end of each podcast, I always end it with, love one another, love yourself. You don't know. There's no sense in carrying a grudge to people because you don't like carrying a grudge, being mad at people, holding resentment towards each other because you don't know what they're going through. You don't know what their life is like. They could be going home to a broken house, broken marriage. They might have got some devastating news. They might have just lost their job. It costs nothing to be kind to somebody.
At all.
It costs nothing to be kind to somebody. And, once I get to know people and stuff, I will let them know about my past trauma because you would be shocked that I'm as positive as I am.
Right.
I have my days. I'm my worst critic.
Yeah.
I am. I'm the world's worst critic. I was talking about getting them tattoos. There's one that I got saved. It's a guy's head exploding from like a mushroom cloud, and it says overthinker over top of it.
Yeah.
Because it's the truth.
Yeah.
I get in my head.
Yeah.
I feel something on the back of my head. WebMD. Oh, you got 2 days to live.
Right.
Right. And it's just like, dude, if you were looking at your page on social media, you would never know that you were dealing with all that.
Yeah, it was besides the little banners and stuff that I put up, about being cancer free and stuff. You wouldn't. I wanted to. I made that was a decision. I had people around me was like, "Hey, use this to market your music."
Don't do that.
I was like, when you walk in there and other people are getting treatment, and you see the looks on these people's faces,
sucks life out them people.
Why would I want to? I don't want to use that.
You cannot. I don't even know if it's the right word. I almost said ostracize. You cannot. There's a lot of people that make a lot of money promoting that stuff, and if you were fighting the good fight, that's not something you want to do
at all.
After the fact, you can.
Yeah.
After the fact, you can, but your social media presence, it never stopped, especially in this year. You was always. My man was always on my For You page. I'll tell you that too. You wasn't in my following, you was in my following page, but your For You page, you was hitting that algorithm just right.
That's funny.
Shoot, be like Forrest Frank. Just don't go breaking your back, okay? Write a song
that's
about
crazy.
It. That was crazy, dude.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Shout out Forrest. Shout out Forrest. Me and Logan Ezell love you with all our hearts.
Hold on. If you ever want to do a song,
come on, we'll get you right.
Hey, just I promise you.
I'm trying to make some connections. We met him at Rock the Universe.
Oh, that's fire. That's fire.
Shout out Jesse Gilkey. What's up, baby? I love you, Jesse. You're gonna be going to college here soon. Shout out Cards. Love you. You literally, we went to Rock the Universe with our youth group.
Yeah.
And he was headlining. It was Brandon Lake, him.
Oh yeah, I seen that. Yeah.
Bro, Elevation Worship. Shout out Joel Barnes, Hoptown. Joel Barnes. Hoptown was at Rock the Universe, main stage. He was there, and Forrest Frank was headlining. Well, the second day, they were doing sound checks and stuff. Forrest Frank was getting ready. Well, Jesse, he's like 6'3".
Yeah.
He goes, y'all, there's Forrest. We run. Wait in line, get this man photo. And we'll put it right here. Bro, incredible guy.
I think you posted that photo.
I did. I was like, bro, shout out my guy.
I seen that. I was like, man, he got a different type of clearance. Like,
shout out my guy. We just pulled up on him.
Yeah, that's
And,
crazy.
You know, I love it. That's one of my favorite things. I tell people all the time, the most down-to-earth people that you can meet out in public are Christian artists and country artists.
Mm-hmm.
I will forever stand by that.
No, I agree.
You know, and it's just like, dude, what a blessing that man has been to the industry.
Bro, you want to hear a story? Quick story. So I was sitting on my porch recovering from, this is maybe in June, middle of June. So I'm sitting on my porch, and all of a sudden I started thinking about music and different stuff like that. And one thought I had, I really believe it was God that brought it to my remembrance. But I was sitting there and I was like, I remember whenever I used to tell my mom, like, there's no Christian music that's good. Mm-hmm. And then I was on my phone and I seen a clip of a girl singing Forrest Frank song at his concert. And I was like, I started weeping. Mm-hmm. And I was like, God, we did it.
Yes. I think we're in the golden age.
Yeah.
We are truly in. People can tell me all day long, oh my God, the Avalon days, the new song days, stuff like that. Shout out Toby Mac, for real.
Shout out Toby Mac.
But whenever I mean to tell you, I think Christian music, people, this is going to rattle some feathers. It is okay if Christian music is mainstream.
Yeah.
It is perfectly okay if Christian music is mainstream. I'll take that to the bank.
100%.
You know, especially, I grew up in the hardcore scene, the metalcore scene, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Christians and metalcore fans are the exact same way. And I'll tell you this, and I mean what I say when I say this. There is nothing wrong with a band making it big. Mm-hmm. There's nothing wrong with it. You know, I think about all the people that gave Brandon Lake a hard time having Jelly Roll on. Jelly Roll was in the penitentiary. He's trying, y'all. He's trying to do his thing.
Well, Jelly Roll came into Brandon Lake's world.
Yes.
Does that make sense? Like Jelly Roll could have been like, no, you got to come over here with what I'm doing.
Correct.
He didn't do that. He came over into Brandon Lake's world and like, hey, I'm having an experience.
They singing hard-fought hallelujah in stadiums.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah. There was like 34,000 people at one that they were singing.
In some markets, you could say that it's like, I saw somebody say that it's cool to be Christian again. Mm-hmm. You know, it's cool to be Christian again.
Yeah.
I'm like, dog, Christian music better than it ever has been. Josiah Quinn played Madisonville. Nuts.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Shout out Lucy Best for coordinating that.
Yeah, that was crazy.
My goodness. Hey, you played that festival a couple years ago, didn't you?
Yep. I played a couple times.
Come on, dog.
I opened for David Crowder, Matthew West, and Wilson. So I've done a couple of them out there.
Dog. So obviously, you know, storytelling, and especially in rap and hip hop and stuff, is a large like aspect of it all. What are you working on now? Because I know you just dropped the album right after.
I dropped the EP in February, right before my transplant, and then I dropped a single called "Amen, Amen," and I'm working on a couple projects right now.
Right.
So I'm getting ready to try to dive back in, you know, pretty deep. But I'm just working on making songs that I feel like are me. You know what I'm saying? That's all.
How many do you have in the chamber right now?
I have probably about 15 songs that, you know, I could pull.
That's one thing that blows me away is that I don't know the time frame on it, but Juice WRLD, he's been off planet for some time now, but they still got so much music that man has. Like, they just keep putting it out.
Yeah,
and it blows my mind.
Yeah, that's the goal. You know what I'm saying? I have a goal of having, by the end of this year, having 50 unreleased tracks. You know what I'm saying? So Chris Brown's like, I got 15,000 unreleased tracks.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's insane.
Well, he's been doing it for 20 years, but I'm still like, yo, that's 15,000? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's actually crazy. You You know what I'm saying? So I don't have a ton because I released a lot of them while I was in treatment, and I didn't record for probably. I maybe had like 2 or 3 sessions in like a year.
So whenever you get a thought, you just like, oh, write that down.
Yeah, I usually pull out my voice memo.
Yeah.
Because it's real easy. Pull up a voice memo, record the idea, bring it to the studio.
And like the AI features in iPhone have just made it so
It's made it so easy. It especially for organization, different stuff like that. You could be like, what was that idea I had on March 6th at
So are you utilizing that to like organize your thoughts and stuff, voice memos and your notes app?
I use AI a lot to show me the standard of what something should be. Right. So I do a lot of like the tour that we did back in June. I was the one who organized and did everything, all the booking of the shows and everything. Right. So I use AI a lot to like help me make a contract, help me, you know what I'm saying? Different stuff like that. So those are the things I'm using AI for right now. Some people are using it for like songwriting and stuff. Yeah. I'm too much of I want to say I wrote this. You know what I'm saying? Like the nature of hip hop is that. Like,
if we're talking about rap and hip hop and stuff, Tyler the Creator just dropped I think it was a new album called Don't Tap the Glass. Yeah. And I think it's so funny is that people used AI to, they were like, don't tap the glass, leak. And you go up in there and it's just crazy, just like random beat, like, and it's not the song at all. Everybody's like, this is trash. I'm like, the song ain't out yet. You know, I was the type of kid, I was like, back whenever we didn't have streaming on Spotify and stuff like that, I was like, man, I want to hear this song. And it wouldn't be the song at all, but it would have the title. Clickbait is crazy.
Clickbait is wild.
Me and Tammy Slayton are not together. I'm married. Please. Also, bro, I put something up on Facebook last week while I was at the beach. My nipples are normal sized, y'all. Okay, you look at me like I'm crazy right now.
I'm seeing where you're going. I'm watching you.
Did you see what I posted?
The photo?
Yes. So what I did was, let me go ahead. Let me run this back. Y'all, my nipples are normal sized. I just need to let you know that.
Was that AI?
No. So what had happened is we went to the beach.
Yeah.
We went to the beach, and I see this guy in my algorithm all the time. He's like, hey, y'all, out on the boat today, and he's got pepperoni nipples, dog. Suckers are huge. I was like, Logan, how funny would that be? You know, I haven't been comfortable on the internet with my shirt off, but I've slimmed up. Yeah. I was like, hey, you know what? Let's have some fun. I love stirring the pot. It's my favorite thing to do on the internet.
No way that was fake.
It was.
What's crazy?
Bro, I went into Photoshop Express and I used the enlarge tool on my nipple. I'll put it right here, y'all, just so you know. Made that sucker big. I'll pull it up so I can show you.
You know what's crazy? I was sitting there and I seen it and I was like, I wonder what happened to him. Like, cause you know,
dog,
my mind
look
thinks
at this.
Like, what's going on?
Look at this. So
that is funny.
Let me pull this up.
I thought that was real. That is so funny.
We're gonna cut this up. Like, dude. So obviously fake, right?
I didn't think so.
Really?
I thought it was real.
Look at my other one. Right?
No, I didn't know if something happened or something.
Dude,
like
somebody commented on it today and they were like, have you seen a doctor? I was like, yo!
People say the wildest stuff.
Somebody was on there, dude, and they were like, I hate that we were just talking about your overcoming and all this. And I'm like, hey, giant man nipples. Listen, but that's what creative chaos is all about, baby.
Bro, listen, people say the craziest stuff. You want to know what somebody said on my comment section? They was like, yeah, I really don't like the bald look. Yes. And they were like, you don't look healthy right now. You should probably
Really? I'm going through chemotherapy.
Yeah, I'm just like, y'all, you guys are
Folk are so brave on the internet.
They are super brave.
They talking about my girl Tammy. You don't think she knows? You don't think she knows?
Hey, listen, God done changed me a lot, but try God, not me, because I fight.
I don't. Try God, try Don Reddy. Don't try me. All right? Because I ain't going to put up a fight. I'll crawl up in a ball. I tell you this. You wouldn't say it to my face. You wouldn't say it to my face.
Facts.
I'm 5'5", But I'm 225 pounds, baby. Take it to the bank. You wouldn't say it to my face.
Facts.
I had the superintendent on a couple episodes ago
Yeah.
of Christian County.
Yeah. I seen that.
People talk ruthless about my dog.
It's crazy.
My goal with this podcast is I want to humanize people, dude.
Yeah.
I want to humanize people so much. I'm like, did they not tell you what the golden rule was? Some of y'all never went through that, I guess.
At all.
But if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all.
I already knew where you was going. We didn't script that, by the way.
We didn't say that. No,
knew where he was going.
we ain't got no script. People were in the comment section saying like, you know, they probably gave him a list of things he ain't talking about. Baby, this is my podcast. I will say what I want. Take that to the bank. Bro,
Crazy.
folk just get on the internet. You hiding behind a screen. You hiding behind a screen. And I'm like, you don't understand what folks are going through on the other side of the screen.
You know how upset, like a lot of people know young Chris because I work with him a lot. You know how upset he was when he seen that comment about somebody saying, yeah, I don't really like the bald look. It's crazy. 6'3" pull up on you.
I'd hate to know what people got to say about me. Luckily, I have built a platform where, like, I'm very open about things. You know, I'm very open about my struggles. I'm very open with people in general. You ask me anything, I'll tell you about it.
Yeah.
But it's just like, I could not believe that, like, I think at the end of the day, what's going on with these people that are just so comfortable on the internet, cyberbullying. You know, cyberbullying in general is just crazy. It was like you were obviously dealing with something up here that makes you lash out at people. Yeah. I can't believe they was talking to you like that, bro.
It was wild to me.
Mr. Young Greatness. You gonna do Mr. Young Greatness like that?
Hey, man. I'm one of those people, I've been on social media long enough that I just ignore that stuff. And it doesn't really get to me
I'm
at
the
all.
same way. I have very thick skin because I grew up whenever like Memo didn't have Facebook. But the 15-year-olds did. I never had a MySpace, but I had to beg my mama to get a Facebook, you know? I was botting One Way's Got Talent. I'm so sorry, Bo Jensen. But I knew how to get around it. You know, they used to have One Way's Got Talent. Yeah. I was making fake Facebooks. I'm sorry.
I love it, though.
I wanted to win that $60 gift card. Black Ops 2 was coming out.
And you needed it.
I needed it. But, you know, dude, people, the internet is crazy.
It is crazy.
You've amassed quite the following though.
Yeah, we've done well.
What's your monthly listeners looking like on Spotify?
I think like 360 something.
That's crazy.
370. Yeah.
Isn't it nuts? I always talk. In fact, I have quite a few creatives on here. You know, hence the name Creative Chaos.
Yeah.
And I constantly think about the people that are like, oh, I deleted it because it only got 20 likes.
Yeah.
You ever think about 20 people coming up to you and say, hey, I like your shirt you got on right now?
Hey, cuz, I rock with you, cuz.
For real. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
20
it's a
folk
lot.
coming up to you? Yeah. So I was sitting with him at the Krusty Pig right across the street. Somebody come up to me and they said, dude, I love the podcast. I love what you're doing. I can't tell you that doesn't happen a lot because it does not happen a lot. I was thrown off by it. Like, thank you. You get 20 likes on a post. Imagine that happening 19 more times to you. Your day's going to be made for a couple days now. We have got to get out of this mindset that your likes and your following, and because there was a time you was bumping and grinding just to make something happen. I know I was. I know what the struggle's like. Come on, tell me about it.
Man, I was posting 6 times a day on TikTok.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So like people don't really realize like the grind that took. You know how hard it is to post 6 times a day on TikTok?
Oh, I know.
Like I had alarms going off like every 5 minutes. So it's like we was posting 6 times a day on TikTok and we started growing and it was a slow growth. I literally told myself if I can gain 3 followers a day. Yes. That was my thought.
And I tell people this, and I'm going to share my thoughts about it. This is not a marketing class. This is not. If you wonder why your socials aren't growing, it's because you're not posting anything that's significant and it's catching people.
It's not good. Here, let me look at the camera. It's not good yet.
You've got to find what makes you stand out. If we're going to talk about that, and I think we should talk about that because, you know, a lot of people are like, oh my God, I'm posting consistently, nothing's happening. And it's like, you're not posting anything that people really want to see.
Mm-hmm.
You might think it's great, but what do people across the pond think?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm pretty sure if we're looking at your metrics and your analytics, it's probably insane to you to know that you've got listeners in Australia.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Yep.
But it's because you were dropping a hot fire. I tell you what, bro. God, he been changing my mindset.
Focus on winning the contest.
I
I asked the
swear.
Lord to just keep me from evil and then also friends.
I'll never
You gonna
forget.
get me hype? You gonna get me hype in here?
I swear to you, dog. I will never forget. We were leaving Mikado in Oak Grove.
Yeah.
I was like, Logan, I'm finna put you on. She's like, you. I was like, you know, she liked Forrest Frank. I said, Logan, I'm finna put you on one of my boys. I showed her that song, and she said, You know this guy? I said, yes,
That's
I do.
funny. Yeah, that's funny.
Yes, I do. Hey, off topic, my sister had the biggest crush on young Chris. Oh, she did. She was like, you know him.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. You have to protect young Chris in public. Like,
Yes, you do.
Like genuine. He might get to the place where he needs security. Yeah, it's.
I got
it'd be-
somebody.
it'd be
I got
tough
somebody
out
in
here.
my church right now, trying to be my security guard. I was like, dog, is that what we doing now?
Yeah.
Shout out Pierre, I love you, dude. It's absolutely
No, what about that? Shout out Pierre. What was that? We got to go back. That boy said, shout out Pierre. I love you, cuz.
That's my dog, for real. Pierre's the guy who wants to be my bodyguard. He was
Yeah.
like, hey, you ever need help? I do that. I got the vest.
Yeah.
Serious as I can be. I
Yeah.
said, I cannot believe that that's how things are going.
Yeah.
God will give you situations you never thought you would ever have to have come your way. The fact I got people coming that way, that's a blessing, dude.
Mhm.
You know, I think about all the people you were going to reach because of what you went through.
Mm-hmm.
I think
I'm excited.
you think about where you'll go because you went through. Because I think because you have this story to tell, that's going to be what sends you to the top. I am certain that we go through these things to have these stories to tell, and that's why we are at the top of the mountains that we climb.
Yeah.
I do. I'm 100% certain that is why. It was like, okay, God was like, all right, we're going to put you through this test. You passed it. You can go up the mountain some more.
Yeah.
You know, you climb it. You know, I'll never get to see Mount Everest, but, you know, the mountains I have climbed with my sister, the mountains I have climbed with my father's health,
Yeah.
you know, bro.
It's a journey, you know what I'm saying? But I believe the same thing that, you know, talking about scripture, the word says God takes you from glory to glory. The word says, rejoice when you have trials of many kind.
Right.
Because trials produce perseverance, right? You know what I'm saying? So all these things, like even Mindset, the song Mindset, you know what I'm saying? That's a song of a journey. That was a
Yes.
real experience. I really had people in my life that,
Why do you think I started bringing that song up, bro?
you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I had to have people in my life that it hurt me. And I was like, I asked the Lord to just, keep me from evil and then lost some friends in the process. That was real.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think people can feel that through the screen. You know what I'm saying? They like, oh, he really talking about something that's real and not just, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it's a combination of taking your journey and figuring out how to, we at the creative joint.
Mhm.
So figuring out how to make that a creative experience for people to where they're like, what is he talking about?
Right.
That's all I want to do.
Mhm.
I just want to get people to just turn their head and be like, what's this dude talking about?
I think what a lot of people seem to forget about music in general is that it's not always somebody's experience.
Mm-mm.
They could be telling a story about somebody,
Mm-hmm.
So whenever you're writing these songs and you're writing these lines and these bars,
Mm-hmm.
are most of your songs from like personal experiences?
Most of my songs, I intentionally do that.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's what I feel like my
Uh-huh.
specific thing is like I want to be the soundtrack for people's journeys. So the things that they're going through, I want to be the soundtrack for it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Music's so powerful. We all know that. We put music on everything. There'll probably be music in this video.
For sure.
Right? You know
Shout
what I'm
out
saying?
Josh Middleton. He made the theme song. My guy, shout out Purpose Church. All I do is shout people out. But you know what? You got a platform, you use it. Shout
Let's
out
do
Don
it.
Reddy.
Don ready, stay ready, Mr. Young Greatness.
I swear.
Gotta give him the slogan real quick.
Come on, baby.
But yeah, that's my goal is to be a soundtrack to people's journeys, and especially for people who are believers who have a whole bunch of different perspectives and stuff like that. I try to be the soundtrack for that. So for me, most of my writing is going to come from personal experience. Now I write for other people,
for real.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm doing a writing session next week in Atlanta. Right. You know what I'm saying? I'll be there for 3 days.
Right.
And we're working on someone else's album.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I do that all the time as well. But even then, it kind of comes from my personal experience or a combination between what I know they may have gone through and what you know what I'm saying? So I try to write to that.
Dude, that's awesome. Well, I am just incredible. It's just incredible to have you sitting across from me today.
Bro, I'm honored, bro. Really.
Bro, I'm honored.
I'm honored. I'm more honored.
I'm honored.
I'm more honored. I'm honored.
I'm Dirty Dan. That's crazy. There's always a SpongeBob reference in there somewhere, dude. But dude, look, are you planning a comeback tour after all this?
Don't call it a comeback.
For real?
You feel me?
Yeah, I get that reference.
Yeah, you felt that, huh?
I understand that reference.
Don't call it a comeback.
I got your post notifications turned on.
You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
So that's the energy I'm on. Is I'm like, don't call it a comeback.
Hey, this the type of energy you need in your face. You better be in their face.
Hey, listen. I stayed up until 5 this morning because the dream had me up, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the first time.
I wake up, I think about the pod, I think about content. That's the type of people you need out there in it.
I'm telling you, I literally was up last night and I told my guys this morning, my whole team and stuff, I was up till 5 a.m. and they were like, uh-oh, he's back. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm that kind of guy. I'll go sit at Denny's and work till 3, 4 a.m. in the morning. You know what I'm saying? So
it's just one of them things. I know especially what you mean. It's like, one of my favorite things is like for Logan and I's 1-year anniversary last oh my God, she's gonna kill me for this. Logan, you're gonna hear this, and I'm so sorry. For our first anniversary in 2023, I was shooting a wedding almost to Indianapolis.
Yeah.
But that was the day before our anniversary, and so I had come home from this wedding, and I got home at 9. And for our 1-year anniversary, I got our raw footage from the videographer, and I recreated our wedding film.
You didn't let them edit it. You edited it yourself.
Well, he edited our wedding film, but I was like, for our 1-year anniversary present to her, I want to make a brand new wedding film in like Ezell Film Company style.
Yeah.
I was up till 4 in the morning. When as a creative, some you cook at night the most.
Yeah.
The creative spark.
Them juices be flowing at nighttime.
At nighttime, bro, if you were up and you got a creative thought, well, I guess I'm not sleeping.
Yep. That's exactly what happened.
My best wedding films have come from me staying up till 3 or 4 in the morning.
I'm telling you. It's something about there not being a lot going on in the silence of it. You know what I'm saying? Where you just like, last night I was just flowing and I was like taking notes. I hadn't really done that in a while. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like really a long time.
I'm scared to hear what you did. I know it's gonna be crazy.
I'm telling you, don't call it a comeback. So it's amazing, and everybody was excited because they know how I stay up super late. Everybody can't do that. And I ain't got no kids yet. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I can still stay up till 5 and get 4 hours of sleep.
That's honestly true. That you want the God honest truth. That's why I have not had kids yet, is because I know that this current state of myself will have to be put on the shelf for a couple years. I know whenever kids get older, you might be able to do that once they get their own routines.
Yep. But, and you love to be in a situation, sometimes life just doesn't do that, but you love to be in a situation where you can't control it.
I'm blessed to be 28 and I'm able to have kids on my own terms.
Bruh, you're old.
I know.
I'm kidding. I'm older than you.
Come on, bro. Calm down. Calm down. There probably should be a bruh counter.
28 is not old, bro.
Oh my Lord, I feel it.
Man, I'm 30 and I'll be 31 this year.
Yeah.
And when I tell you that when they used to tell me at 20 something that you'll start feeling things at 30 that you never felt, facts. Listen to them.
Oh, I'm figuring it out. I'll tell you what I'm dealing with off camera.
Facts. You know what I'm saying? So,
bro,
it's crazy.
It's been
no, but you were talking about being in Indianapolis, bro. So, what is the farthest place you've traveled to do a wedding film? That's what I want to know.
Santorini, Greece.
You were in Greece.
I took wedding photos. Yeah, I'll show you the photo in the other part of the studio. But
What did that feel like? I bet you feel like you made it.
well, what was crazy is me and Logan had a wedding with our good friend Becca Laskowski in Destin, Florida.
Yeah.
And then the next day, she flew home. I flew to Santorini. I flew from Destin to Charlotte, Charlotte to London
Hey,
Heathrow.
man, I'm quitting, man. I'm quitting music. And
Come
I'm
on.
going to become a...
Come on. Hey, you joining the squad, ain't you?
You know what I'm saying?
You joining the squad.
Go ahead.
But dude, no, for real. I went from Destin to Charlotte, North Carolina, Charlotte to London Heathrow, then London Heathrow to Santorini, Greece.
That's crazy.
That's an 8-hour time difference.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So whenever I was going to bed, Logan was just waking up.
Yeah.
And Greece is insane. It's like what I forget about most. I'm going to correct myself. And if I'm wrong, I'll put it in the edit. Most Eastern European or Western European countries, what you see on the internet is what they want you to see.
Yeah.
You know, like you see all the nice white buildings with the blue rooftops and stuff. It was incredible, but I was like, dog, I am out on an island. The closest island outside of Greece next to me is like, we're so close to Syria.
Yeah.
My mom was like, you sure you need to be going out there?
Right.
I was like, Mama, calm down. My mama thought that just because I was going to be near Syria, they was going to get active with the bombs and stuff. Ain't that crazy how mamas think?
Hey, what's crazy is you could tell he been around some black folks. That boy said we gonna get active. That's what you know.
Hey, literally.
That's what you know.
Look, I told him today, I said, I will shout you out any chance I get. De'Arian Bernal, I love you for teaching me half of my slang. Thank you.
He said,
shout out Ebonics
they
for
thought
real.
They was gonna get active.
Shout out Ebonics for real. Dude, literally. But I realized, I was like, dude, I'm so far away from home, but it's incredible it's incredible how far doing what you love can get you. You know, and it's so cool. These people, they're like, Hunter, how do you get over there? Bro, the groom is my cousin's first cousin. Yeah. And his now wife, I've known her for so long. And like, these people, they're like I have friends that are like, Hunter, whenever I get married, like I have a childhood friend who it ended up not working out, but they were like, whenever we get married, like we're going to go to Switzerland. And it's so crazy that I have become that person that people are like, hey, he's coming with me. But Greece is nuts. You know what I did as soon as I got off the plane?
What'd you do?
Went to McDonald's.
It's because you want to see if it was different than America.
And it is.
It is? Is it really?
It is.
That's crazy. Though they say they got different options over there. That's crazy.
They do, but it was the best tasting Big Mac I've ever had.
That's wild.
My favorite cookie is a Biscoff cookie because they give them to you on the airplanes. I just fell in love with it. They call it speculoos over there. Okay. And they have Biscoff ice cream. Dog.
He's saying a bunch of stuff I know nothing about.
That's how we on the other level.
You know
baby.
what I'm saying?
Shout out.
So the competitive nature in me is saying we're going overseas.
We got to get there.
What did you remember Drewski? Come with me, take you off to Greece. You know he was doing the dance. That's gonna be me.
I'm trying to see stuff, bro. I watch airport videos. Yeah. About what the airports look like over there.
That's crazy. Do they look different?
Oh, big time.
See, that's what I'm saying, bro. I don't know none of this. I know none of this.
I did not know. So we have luxuries here in the United States. Like they have all the flights listed on the board, right? Yeah. And they have your gate and stuff like that. Over in Europe, you aren't getting your gate number until an hour before. And if you aren't checked in on your phone, you aren't allowed to check in until 2 hours before your flight at the airport because they have specific gates. Delta doesn't have their own gate. Your flight has its own check-in desk. So whenever we were flying, we were flying out of Naples, Italy to go back to, we had to fly from there to Amsterdam to JFK, then JFK to Nashville. Got you. And nobody told me, because we weren't able to get our boarding passes on our phone. Nobody told me that you had to wait for because I'm your stereotypical white person. I'm going to get to the airport 3 hours before. Yeah. That's what's going to happen. Dude, my level, the way my face, I was about washed out as can be. I was terrified. Yeah. I was like, what do you mean? They ain't got my flight on the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, what am I going to do? I was stressed, bro. But they don't care over there, bro. Like, hey, go ahead, walk through. They didn't check my bag or nothing. I said, we need this back in the States.
Wow.
Yeah, they ain't check my bag or nothing.
Well, just so y'all know, within the next year, I will be somewhere over there in Europe, and I'm gonna send him a picture just because he's not gonna keep flexing on me. So
I hope I got to go with you. Hey,
hey, that'd be crazy.
Hey, imagine tour vlog.
Man, like we were talking about going to Sweden.
Mm-hmm.
We have shout out Lindy. We're talking about going to Sweden. They got a hit record called "Move." It's fire with Hovey right now.
Come on,
yeah, that joint's crazy. So they're my people. I rocks with them. They came and did Winter Jam over here.
Mm-hmm.
So they were like, we got to get you in Sweden, and I was like,
make it happen.
All right, let's go.
You know, it's so crazy seeing. Like I said, I grew up in the metal scene, but like I would go to like these small boiler room shows almost. And it's crazy how passionate those fans are overseas. Bro, it'll be some of the wildest shows of your life.
Yeah. No, I believe it. I believe it.
It's crazy how all my favorite artists go everywhere but Nashville.
No, it's true, though.
Yeah.
It's true. Like some of the really big artists, I don't know why they don't touch Nashville. But besides Taylor Swift, Taylor Swift gave Nashville a stimulus package.
I swear, bro. That's why they building a stadium.
Man, but it just, it's kind of surprising that they don't hit Nashville because Nashville fans are pretty, and they come from a bunch of different places. But
my favorite thing is going to a bunch of shows in Nashville and stuff. There's a select group of people. The more you start performing and stuff, I hope you get these type of fans. They pink cowboy hats. It's crazy.
That's wild.
Me and Logan, we saw the Chainsmokers in 5 Seconds of Summer.
Yeah.
Logan, she was a big One Direction fan and a 5 Seconds of Summer fan, like big time.
Yeah.
And she was like, we're in Stan country. Like you stand like Stan Eminem, you know? Bro. So she was like, we're back in Stan country. These kids, they coordinate outfits. And the artists, they would shout them out. But like, hey, there they are.
That's crazy.
Nuts.
That's crazy. Yeah.
You will get to that point.
I ain't had the dress up energy yet.
You will get to that point.
Did you go to a Taylor Swift concert?
I wanted to so bad, bro.
My wife, what's crazy is that I didn't go watch Taylor Swift, but I dropped my wife off in Nashville and I went and hung out with some of my friends. Bro. I should have just went to the concert because I would have enjoyed it because I know all of her songs.
Ain't nothing, bro. I wanted to so bad.
Bro, when I tell you they dress up,
oh, it's serious.
My wife was like, we got to get outfits for the Taylor Swift show.
So it's one of them things. It's like over at Disney World and stuff. Me and Logan, we're big Disney adults. They do Disney bounding,
Disney adults.
They do something called Disney bounding. It's like you're cosplaying as Disney characters. People will cosplay as Taylor Swift albums.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It was the Eras Tour thing.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it was crazy. I literally was looking at, we were pulling up and I was like, I didn't know that this was going on.
I love the creativity.
I love it too. I had no clue that it was happening.
Imagine people start cosplaying as Don Reddy songs. Look, it just took you away, bro. He's like, hey, that's the new ceiling right there.
You feel me? Hey, so if you wanted the day ones, I need you to lock in.
Come on.
What I'm saying?
Hey,
so,
I just hit you with something.
That was crazy.
I just hit you with something. He didn't know what to say.
Nah, that was crazy. That was crazy.
Bro.
Nah, that would be wild.
You imagine somebody walk in with a Too Serious jersey.
That'd be wild. That would be wild. I'd be like, hey, you won.
Be like, hey, where you get that? Be like, hey, where your clothes at? Hey.
Facts, though. I need that. I need that jersey.
Dude, for real. Hey, listen, I hope you've enjoyed this conversation today. We've got deep. We got sentimental. We started talking about fake pepperoni nipples. Oh, my God.
And I believed it.
Yeah,
it's
he
crazy.
believed it. Yeah. Shout out Kim Hilton. Those are fake. That was fake. Okay, listen, I'm sorry, but hey, listen. I'm looking at living proof right across from me what overcoming your biggest obstacles in life can get you after, bro. Like, look, mountains in your life, you can climb them. You can make it through. Donovan Gary is a huge example of that. Look at this man. He literally, he kept getting knocked down. He kept getting back up. Look at that. Perseverance right here, y'all. I say it every episode. I want you to put your best foot forward. Love yourself. Love other people. Please, bro, leave the hate at the door. You never know what's going to happen. You'll never know whenever you're going to see people again. You don't know what people are going through. They could be fighting cancer. They could be fighting demons, bro. Just treat people nice. Love one another. We'll see you next time, all right?
Oh, I'm supposed to.
Throw it up, bro. What we doing? There we go. All right, hey.